Hey, wrestling fans, welcome to the One Winged Wrestling podcast, where two wrestling leaders discuss or review AEW events and wrestling news from around the world. At One Winged Wrestling, our motto is We Go Where the Elite Go. I'm your host, Krishna, and joining me today is Mr. Bill Cupwish. Bill, how's it going?
Hello there. I'm doing fine. I'm excited. I'm excited because we got tonight. We got Double or Nothing.
Exactly. Today's a special podcast, right?
I'll say because like these AEW events, I love them. So they wipe me into the ground because as we all know, I'm an old guy. My bedtime's 10 p.m. and these shows go to midnight. But I am gonna hang in there and bear in there for myself, for you, all of our listeners, and we'll see what happens. But no, other than that, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. A little tired, but okay. It's another beautiful day here in Toronto, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And as we know, with AEW pay-per-views, I should say, they are few and far between. So they're going to be like, I don't know, it's going to be like 6 hours and 100 matches. And it seems like every day another match is getting added to the card. And I'm just thinking to myself, what time is this thing planning on finishing? But you know what? It kind of builds these events up because unlike WWE, where there are, an event every single month, and they used to try to sometimes do twice a month, but every single month just kind of becomes routine, right? Whereas, every quarter, I'd say, is an AEW event you kind of get excited for because, you watch their shows and you're kind of like, what are they going to do that's possibly going to be better than the actual shows itself, like the actual like Dynamite and Rampage? So I am also very excited to talk about or actually provide our predictions prior to the show that we're going to be watching tonight, and then come back and give the viewers our opinions on what actually did happen,
Right,
and stuff like that.
right. That is what we do here on One Winged Wrestling. So the format you guys are all used to that we take to Dynamite, we're doing the same darn thing tonight with Double or Nothing. So the show hasn't happened yet. We're going to give you our predictions. We're going to run down the card, see what we think, what we hope, what we might not hope, and most importantly, will Double or Nothing reach the all important Omega level?
I'm not even asked the question that I normally ask is if it can reach Omega's level without Kenny Omega, because I have really high hopes for tonight that can get crushed very quickly. But you know what, Bill? How about we just get into it? Let's
Okay,
start off with
sure.
these matches tonight.
Right. I think what we'll start off first with, though, is the report that was out of the Wrestling
Oh
Observer
no.
newsletter.
Do we have to?
We have to because
Fine, fine.
it's keeping up with the elite. We need to keep up
All
with the
right.
singular pinnacle of the elite. Well, Meltzer reported this week that the former AEW World Championship, though he was backstage, it's too early in his healing process right now for him to get back in the ring. It's going to take some extended time for him to get better. He's hoping that this recovery period will help prolong his run as a professional wrestler over time. I mean, he's already been out 7 months. Um, they're saying it's a fanciful suggestion right now that he might even be back in time for Forbidden Door, never mind tonight.
You know, so Kenny joked that when he was named Wrestler of the Year for 2021, he I think a couple months ago, he actually joked that I could come back in December and still win Wrestler of the Year for 2022. Right, which I wouldn't put
Yeah,
it past
yeah.
him. Now this report that he's going to be healthy or close to 100% come November or October. Yeah, it makes sense. There were, I think the term they used was something in terms of like Super Cena. Like, we don't want him to become like the Super Cena, right? Where, as
Hmm.
everyone knows, John Cena, like, he heals faster than any human being on the planet. Almost like he has Wolverine healing abilities.
Or
But
Peacemaker.
yeah, and he like those crazy injuries that he sustained, just to have him show up, like they'd be like, John Cena is going to be out for 6 months and he'd come back like 2 months later, and you're like, that's impossible, like impossible. Whereas with Kenny, he has taken some time off, and it's been what, since October,
seven
November,
months, they said.
7 months,
Yeah.
right? And with him, it's kind of like, well, his wrestling is totally different from like a Cena wrestling or whatever, but his injuries were so substantial. Like, anyone that, like, when you listen to them listen out, you're kind of like, how did he do what he did in the ring with all those injuries he had sustained
Yeah,
throughout
no
his run?
kidding.
So at this point, my high hopes are, and this is why I alluded to it earlier, like will it reach Omega status this event? It really does for me depend on if Kenny is showing up or not. And I have a feeling there is some kayfabe because they're drawing so much attention to it that he's not there. Kenny online saying, well, I'm going to be watching it from home via satellite. Now, this could all be true. Everything said here could be completely true. But we've been wrestling fans for a very long time, and we know exactly when we're getting played around this stuff, right? So you know what? I'm hoping, fingers crossed, Kenny is back today. If he's not, then hey, the rumors are true, and it's gonna suck that he may miss Forbidden Door as well. But I have a feeling that tonight, and this is just a quick prediction, there are going to be New Japan wrestlers showing up tonight. I think we're going to get surprises of New Japan wrestlers showing up tonight, and I think the biggest surprise is going to be Kenny's return. And then that's my prediction, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay, well, with that, let's get into this card.
Sounds good.
Going from Kenny Omega, New Japan wrestlers, we're going to go to the pre-show match.
Oh, God.
Hookhausen versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling on the pre-show. Krishna?
Yeah, so it's Hookhausen versus Tony Nese and the lawyer. Smart Mark, right? I knew he was a wrestler, but he's kind of his character right now is the lawyer. I don't know what to say about this. This is obviously a match just to promote Hookhausen. It's just to make them look good. It's going to give the fans what they want. Do I care about this match at all? Not one bit. I could care less about this match. And I'm glad it's on the pre-show and not on the main card. So maybe that's the only saving grace here. So do I care about this match? No. Are the fans going to love it? Yes. So move on. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the move on part. Yeah, let's move on because I mean it's Hookhausen. Anyone who's been listening to our show at all knows that. Yeah, Hookhausen and I, no thanks. And I get it. Like you said, the fans love them.
The fans love it, yeah.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
That's fine. If you guys want to watch this and get entertained by it, that's fine. I'll get my pizza order ready. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll find some food, whatever. Anyway, now I'll be watching it, but still. Let's move on. So we get to the main card now.
Cool.
Darby Allin versus Kyle O'Reilly.
So this match, again, after watching Kyle O'Reilly go up against Ray Phoenix, I should say, I think this match is gonna be great. I actually really do. I think this one of those matches that are going to surprise us. Or I think it's going to be like a mid-card match. But you got to remember, Darby Allin does everything to kill himself, and Kyle O'Reilly is such a great technical wrestler. And he's fun to watch wrestle. Like that match against Samoa Joe, even though I said it was a little bit slow for me, I still loved it. I still thought it was a great match, right? So I have a feeling this is one of the matches to keep your eye on tonight. Because this, as much as I'm looking through the entire card, and I'm thinking that some of these matches are kind of like they're being promoted as they're guaranteed to be better than the Darby versus O'Reilly. I don't know. I'm thinking this match, Darby Allin versus Kyle O'Reilly, may come in the top 3 of the night.
Yeah, easily. I think this is the dark horse that's going to sneak in and be like, oh my God, that Kyle O'Reilly Darby Allin match. These guys are great.
Yep.
And I mean, what else can you really say about it? I'm excited for this match. There's there's been that whole, Red Dragon versus Darby Allin, Sting, the Elite versus the whole group. I mean, the story's a little bit tired to me now. I mean, I'm a little bit over the whole Darby Allin interacting with the Elite thing. He needs to find something new.
Yeah.
Red Dragon needs something new. But hopefully this will put like an end to it because, they did wreck Sting's foot, right?
Exactly. I was going to say that. He's out.
Yes, exactly. So I think that also makes this somewhat more intriguing too. I suspect that also my enjoyment of this match will directly depend on the number of shenanigans we get to determine the finish.
Fair.
Yep. So now we go on to House of Black versus Death Triangle.
I'm not going to say much on this match. It's going to be amazing. Like the 6 of these guys. Well, first of all, Death Triangle, a bunch of insane people. Then you have the House of Black, where Buddy Matthews and I like Brody King. As he again, you know me, I'm like he's just a big guy to me, right? But Buddy Matthews and Malachi Black, like these two, oh my goodness, like I can't wait. This match is gonna be fantastic. This match has a possibility of stealing match of the night just by having these 6 wrestlers in there. It might just steal match of the night. So I am excited. There's not much I can say. It's going to be amazing.
Yep. No, and again, we're agreeing again
Yeah.
because House of Black, best entrance in wrestling
Oh
besides
yeah.
Kenny Omega.
Agreed.
Best entrance in wrestling versus Death Triangle. Come on, you've got 6 of the best wrestlers
I
in the
know.
company in
I
there.
know.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be like an advertisement for their trios,
Yep.
upcoming trios division. I can't wait for this match. You're right. Again, I think this is going to be one of those ones in contention for match of the
Oh
night,
yeah.
if not winning match of the night. We'll have to
Definitely.
see. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to this one. I think House of Black is going to come out on top. I know
Mhm.
Death Triangle has a lot to try to prove. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you on the last one either. I think that Darby Allin's going to win that match because it's a revenge match for Sting.
I kind of feel like Darby Allin's going to win that match as well, but I mean, after Kyle O'Reilly's showing recently, I don't see why he doesn't get that win, right? Because he was in the Owen Hart tournament. He actually went like that again. That match against Ray Phoenix. Remember, there were no interruptions, like not interruptions, like yeah, exactly. There were no interference at all, right? And he won that match fair and
Yeah,
square.
yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle O'Reilly wins. I'm actually cheering for Kyle O'Reilly in this match.
Oh, he's
All right,
great. I love him.
but as you said, if Darby Allin wins, I'm not going to be upset because I know this match is going to be great,
Well, even
right?
even though he beat a member of the Undisputed Elite, I will be mildly peeved at Darby Allin. But
Maybe Sting's gonna come out and punch Kyle O'Reilly, and that's how he's gonna win.
yay. Oh yeah. So, and who do you think is going to win between House of Black and Death Triangle?
um, I think it's gonna be it has to be House of Black. I don't see how they can like Death Triangle losing doesn't impact them in any way,
Right.
right? So it has to be House of Black. That's my
Yep.
prediction as well. House
Okay.
of Black.
Okay. So far you and I are 2-2. So then we have Frankie Kazarian, Samuel Guevara, and Ty Conti versus Men of the Year and Paige Vanzant.
So this was that match was kind of thrown together, right? Like for some reason I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be like Frankie versus was that Sky, Scorpio Sky, and
Mm-hmm.
then they forgot they had mentioned this mixed tag match a while back, so they're kind of like, oh wait, we got to course correct here.
Yep.
A match that I don't really care much about, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I think is gonna win it? It has to be the Men of the Year and Paige VanZant. I don't see Paige fighting her first match and losing in AEW, but hey, stranger things have happened, right?
Yep.
Do I think this match is gonna be good? They have some really, really good wrestlers here, but then they have Ty Conti, who again, I think she's getting better. She's getting better, but she's still not, on like a level of like let's say Thunder Rosa or Britt or anyone like that. So let's not even try to
Right.
compare that, right? And my fear is like Paige is here too, and she's brand new. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe a few botches here and there. I think the match overall is going to be good, but it's not going to reach like the top 3 or anything close to it.
Oh, well, I mean, Scorpio Sky versus Samuel Bavaria. I can't help but be good when those guys are in the ring
Exactly,
together, right? Or
exactly.
like Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, right? I mean, like, there's lots of combinations of people in this match who are going to be really, really good.
Yes, correct.
But the story's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Um, Ty Conti and Paige VanZant, they really, I feel the same. It's like, it's going to be, okay, the match is great match. Oh,
I
oh,
watched the
oh.
video of Paige training. They had it posted, and
Yep,
she looked good. She looked good.
yep,
I'm not gonna lie, she looked really good. But training versus under the bright lights, that's different, right? So
yes,
we'll see.
yep. Yeah, and I do think the Men of the Year are going to win the match, but I also think that they're then going to try to beat down Frankie Kazarian and Sammy Guevara, and I think that'll be like a proper face turn for Scorpio Sky. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if Sammy Guevara ends up at some point joining with the Men of the Year.
Oh, that actually would work. Actually,
The double turn, so we'll see
yeah,
what happens.
cool.
That's my prediction. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think, as I said, I don't think Paige is losing her first match here, so I'm assuming the Men of the Year and Paige Van Zandt are gonna win.
Okay. Well, we have 2 tournament finals to talk about. We can start off with the women's
Sure.
Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho in the women's Owen Hart tourney finals.
So Britt and Ruby, veteran, I guess, wrestlers at this point, they both work well together. After the botch fest, which I called the last match on Wednesday with Britt versus Tony Storm, this is going to be a smoother match. I think at the end Britt's gonna win. I think the title, the Owen Hart title and Britt just kind of makes sense, right? And so I'm calling it Britt's gonna win the entire tournament. It's gonna be a pretty good match.
Yeah, I'm torn over who's going to win. I think it's going to be a solid match. Ruby Soho can go, Britt
Oh,
Baker can go. It's going to be
uh,
solid. I'm torn over who's going to win.
interesting. I
Because I
think it's
think,
guaranteed.
well, I don't know. I think Ruby Soho kind of needs her day, right? I think that Britt losing, if she loses in the right way, won't hurt her any.
Yep,
But Ruby Soho kind of needs this to establish herself a bit more.
fair.
And as like a more of a bona fide serious contender, not just someone who recently has been kind of lost on dark, right? And so
Yep.
I'm kind of torn. I could see both of them winning this, but I'm gonna just to be contrarian, I'm going to say I think Ruby Soho is going to take this
Okay.
one.
Okay. Fair. The reason I think Britt's gonna win is because Britt has posted a lot of love towards Bret Hart, and
Hmm.
like she's posted pictures and stuff like that with her and Kenny and Bret recently, like not recently, but the past couple months. So I'm kind of like, like the Owen Hart tournament, Owen Hart's wife's gonna be there and everything. I wonder if they're just gonna give it to Britt, right? But hey, yeah, you're right in terms of like if Britt loses, it doesn't hurt her in any way. But if Ruby loses, it's kind of like, well, back to dark for you kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so yeah, maybe you're right, but I still think Britt's gonna pull the win
Well,
off for this.
we will find out. And then we have the men's tournament final,
Yep.
Adam Cole versus Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I think we both kind of agree that Adam Cole's going to win this match. Like I don't see, and honestly, I think it is going to be shenanigans. I think Samoa Joe is going to get attacked again by those guys from ROH. Um, I think that it makes sense because Samoa Joe already holds a title. So to hold the Owen Hart title, I don't think they're going to give it to him. I think basically, yeah, Adam Cole. It's gonna be funny if Adam Cole and Britt Baker, the boyfriend and girlfriend, hold both Owen Hart titles. That's gonna
Oh,
be
I didn't even
hilarious.
think of
Yep,
that.
yep,
Oh, that might even lean more towards Britt getting it,
yep.
right? Because the two of them with those two titles together.
Oh, they're gonna be freaking hilarious.
Oh yeah, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my
So,
prediction is Adam.
mm,
I think it's gonna be a solid match. I don't think it's gonna be one top three for me, to be honest with you, but I think it's gonna be a solid match.
yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good match too. There's too many good potential matches on
Yeah,
this card for me to think this will be match of the night, but I can see myself really enjoying this match, and I think
agreed.
it is. It's undisputed. Adam Cole is going to win this, right? Um,
Very true. We'll see.
yep. Okay. So then we move on to the match where I will, take my dishes to the sink and clean up a little. Wardlow versus MJF.
So I don't know if you heard the controversy about this, but there was some stuff on Twitter within the last 48 hours in terms of like I'm assuming this is just work, to be honest with you, as in MJ, like heated arguments between MJF and Tony Khan in terms of like MJF wanted to walk away, and there were some people saying that this was not a work, that he was refusing to actually wrestle Wardlow tonight. So I don't know. So part of me thinks, oh, this is a play. This is
Oh,
totally a
it's
work
all
on
work.
the Sasha Banks and Naomi
Mm-hmm.
controversy. And it's funny. I was reading some tweets and stuff like that. And some people, are just like us. They were saying, you know what? At this point, if this was true, you can't blame Tony Khan for any of this. This is all war. This is all MJF, right? Because the whole
Right.
like stuff. So some people are like unsympathetic at all. They're like, you know what? If he decides he wants to walk away, too bad for him. Wardlow's
Mm-hmm.
are already up there. There, you can't push this guy any higher, right? So regardless, as from what I hear, he's still in Las Vegas. This is MJF I'm talking about. The match is still going to take place, unless we start up the pay per view today and they're like, "Hey guys, we have an announcement that's not happening." Then that's going to be the shocker. But overall, this match, do I care for it? No. Like it's just going to be like we know what's going to happen. Like Sean Spears is going to interfere. Everyone who's MJF's friends are going to interfere. Wardlow's going to beat him down. He's going to be released from his contract, and the audience are going to lose their mind because it's exactly how you build a superstar. And if even if we don't like the Wardlow squash matches, you know what? The fans love it, and AEW has done a great job building Wardlow into a superstar. Rumor has it that the reason they haven't been playing Wardlow's music is, Tony Khan likes to cue up his licensed music. So
Yeah.
apparently, the next time they play the Wardlow's music, it's actually going to be War Pigs. So, you know what? If that's, I love War Pigs. So, you know, if that's the case, you know, maybe I'm going to start liking Wardlow a little bit better. But hey, you know what? All I have to say is, like, I don't care for this match. I just kind of want to be over. I want them to. I want MJF and I want Wardlow to move on to their own separate things. I'm over this match. I'm not gonna really like it unless something crazy happened. I'm not gonna like it. It's not gonna be top 3. I don't know where it's gonna even rank. I'm just kind of like, just get it over with quickly.
Yep. Because it's going to be MJF and all of his cronies, like you
Yeah,
said, beat down, beat down, beat down, beat down. All at every turn he goes, blah blah, and then Wardlow overcomes things.
the John Cena,
Match
right?
over. Yeah, it's just that's the match. Wardlow overcomes, and crowd goes
Yeah,
bananas. They all chant Wardlow. They're all super happy. Wardlow's an even bigger star. Yeah, they built him great. Yeah,
yeah.
he's a big star. Yeah, the audience loves him. He puts me to sleep. But hey, will War Pigs help? Black Sabbath helps everything.
It does. It really
So,
does.
sure, why not? Let's throw some War Pigs in there. Like you said, it'll at least make me enjoy his entrance
Entrance. Yep.
now, and then I can go back to sleep. Okay, next up, after that match, the next one we're going to discuss is the Hardys versus the Young Bucks.
Did you watch the? Did you watch Rampage? Did you watch the Hardys?
Their entrance.
Their entrance was the funniest thing I've ever seen. They got the Hardy entrance down to the T, like every
Mm-hmm.
single thing, even the part where he mocked, like Matt Jackson mocked Matt Hardy doing his pose and falling over. He actually
Yeah.
he did that, and even to the ending where was it Nick Jackson does a swanton bomb, just like how Jeff does. He lands on it.
And the Matt facts that were
Yeah,
coming up too.
yeah,
Oh,
that
those
it's
were so good.
I'm like the Young Bucks, and then and Brandon Cutler dressed as Lita.
Yes.
Oh my god, I was
That
like,
was
oh my
yeah.
god. And Gangrel,
Yeah. Yeah.
Gangrel, and they end up kicking him in the face, beating him up. Who then gets
Oh.
rescued by the Hardys, which I'm like, wait a minute, Hardys, wasn't Gangrel with the Bucks making fun of you?
Yeah,
And
like
you're
2 minutes ago, the
two
dude was
minutes.
totally making fun of you guys.
Yeah. Anyways, to the match itself,
Yeah.
the Hardys never put on a sorry, whoa, the Hardys. The Young Bucks never put on a bad match. I think they're gonna carry the Hardys through this match, to be completely honest with you. They're gonna make them look good. And I predict that, oh man, it's gonna be hard. I've been saying the Hardys are gonna win because I don't think this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt the Bucks, but I know what your prediction is. But you know what? I'm gonna stick with my prediction. I think the Hardys are gonna win. I want the Bucks to win, but I think the Hardys are gonna win. That's it.
I can't go against my guys. I just can't. The Bucks are gonna win the match. How can they lose to the Hardys? How? But I agree with you in terms
Shenanigans.
of the match. Shenanigans. Yeah. Shenanigans. The yeah, no, the match itself I think is going to be really good. I don't think there's going to be a little bit of carrying maybe, but the Hardys are still able to go,
They're still
you
good.
know?
Yeah, it's fair.
So I'm confident that they're going to get a really good match. I'm hoping that Jeff, like hits his moves well. I'm hoping all the communication stays good in the ring, but yeah, I'm anticipating that this could be a top 3 match of the night easily.
Well, it has Hardys in it, so I mean, he's in the Hardys, has the Young Bucks in it.
Starting to wonder about you. What happened to you, man? What happened to you? So see, and look at your cards so far. Look,
I
look.
know, I
Adam
know.
Cole's the only member of the elite you have winning a
That's
match.
true.
Yeah,
Well, I did say I want Kyle O'Reilly to win. I did say that, right? I
yeah.
want the Bucks to win, but do I believe they're going to
That's
win?
you're right. It could be just that your eggs in the Kenny Omega basket
That's
have
right.
overwhelmed you.
That's right.
So, okay. So next up we have the Jericho Appreciation Society versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz
I don't like,
in a some kind of stadium
so stay. It's not a
fighting.
stadium stampede
I
because remember they
yeah,
cut that
it's
off. Some like it's something. Anyways, I don't even care about the
I don't
name.
know.
You know, the first stadium stampede was lightning in the bottle. I want to call it, right? Because you
Yes,
remember it was during the pandemic. It was pre-recorded, whatever. But it was so much
it
fun,
was so funny.
so over the top, so ridiculous. And at first I was like, oh my, I don't think I'm going to be into this thing. And by the end, I was all in it. I was like, this is one of the best matches I've ever seen, because it was so ridiculous, so fun, and everyone played their part perfectly.
Yep.
The second Satan Stampede was good, not as good as the first one, right? And I kind of feel it's just going to keep going down from there, right? I feel like I'm looking at these guys, and I'm like, yeah, they're all fun, but the Jericho Appreciation Society are the fun ones, right? Everyone else, like Blackpool Combat Club, Eddie Kingston, Santana, Ortiz, they're more of a serious note there, right? Because the elite were a bunch of clowns, and then the what's it called, the Pinnacle. Inner Circle.
Inner Circle was the first year, right?
Yeah, they were a bunch of clowns as well, right? So both of them going against it just made sense. So it seems kind of weird. It's like, oh, we gotta be like Moxie's, we gotta be all serious, and Danielson. Well, I think Danielson just wants to fight anybody. But like, what do I think about this match? I don't think it's going to be top 3. I think it's going to be a match of just like so many things happening at once. Is it going to be fun? Fingers crossed. I hope it is very fun. I really do. Who do I think is going to win it? I kind of hope the Jericho Appreciation Society wins this match, because you know what? Those young kids, they need that win. They do, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm hoping that JS wins it. And really Blackpool, I think what's going to happen is they're going to expose Danielson's weak knee. They're going to go after that first, and somehow trap Mox somewhere, and then they're going to take apart like Kingston, Santana, and I think the person who's going to get pinned is probably Eddie Kingston. So that's my prediction.
Yeah, probably. Or it's, yeah, I agree with you. I think the Jericho Appreciation Society is winning this.
Yeah.
The promos after are going to be great, with them going on about how they beat a bunch of professional wrestlers.
Yep,
so
it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, it's going to be hilarious. I think that they're going to exploit the potential disagreements between the Blackpool Combat Club, Santana and Ortiz, right? Like there's a lot of bad blood kicking around in there, and I think it's all going to get exploited. I don't think the other team's going to get along very well. So
fair enough.
I also think it's going to be fun. There's going to be blood. There's going to be interesting stuff. There's going to be some jokes. It's going to be a good match. I think if they put it in the right place on the card, it's going to feel like the right kind of match at the right time. Right. And then, you can follow it up with something like Jade Cargill versus Anna Jay for the TBS Championship.
Are you asking me my thoughts on this one? Because I have zero thoughts on this one. I just think it's going to be a squash match. I don't even see the point of this match on this. They built Jade Cargill to be this person who's unstoppable, and then they bring in like someone like the Maria Shafir or whatever her name was. Oh, she was going to be the one challenging Jade. Like she was the next powerhouse, and then she just got wiped out. So Anna Jay, again, how did you earn this title shot? What did you do exactly? Is it because everyone else is in the Owen Hart tournament? Is that why? I'm so confused. This match, I honestly think this might be the worst match of the night. And who do I think is gonna win this? It's gonna be Jade Cargill. She's not losing to this title anytime soon.
No, and you know what? I think you're right. I might enjoy Hookhausen
more than
versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling more than I'll enjoy this match.
Yep.
Jade Cargill's going to win. I don't care about Jade Cargill. So there's another match after that one. We have Jurassic Express champion versus Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, Swerve in their glory, for the AEW Tag Team Championship.
This match is going to be great. I think this is going to be one of my top 3 matches of the night. I'm predicting this now because what I saw the other night with the Swerve, Jungle Boy, and Ricky. I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to make a crazy prediction. I'm going to predict that Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs are going to win this match.
Ooh, okay.
I'm just, you know what? Because I thought about this. Swerve won the last match, the 3 of them. So that team, quote unquote team, they have a win already. I think Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are going to lose their belt tonight. And the only other person that I think is going to be able to do that is Ricky Starks. And as I said, get rid of that belt that he has, the FTW belt, give him some gold. And I would be very happy if Ricky Starks, I don't care less about Powerhouse Hobbs, but I would be very happy if Ricky Starks won this championship. So my prediction, I'm locking it in. Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs are gonna beat them.
Well, we agree on one thing. Jurassic Express is losing the championship
Oh,
because this is going to open up the whole Christian
yes,
blaming Jungle
yes,
Boy for the
yes,
loss, and we're going to
yes.
see that start happening. I, however, am picking the other team. I think
Swerve.
Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland are winning the championship tonight.
Okay, okay.
I think they're winning it because I think it's just kind of their
Their time.
time. I
I'm
think this is going to take the two guys who've just come into the company and catapult them to another level.
agreed.
I think that unfortunately Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs are going to continue to play kind of, that mid card, plug them in where you need them, good workhorse kind of guys. I would love to see Ricky Starks with the real
Same,
championship. I want those two guys to win tonight. I don't think
but
they are. I think we're getting Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. But regardless, I agree with you on another thing. This could easily be one of the top three
yeah,
matches and has a chance of being match of the night.
yep, agreed, agreed. And
Yep.
you know what? I can't disagree with your pick. I think that those two deserve it. I think. Well, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Like, everyone in this match deserves it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are gonna lose the belt. Either way, I'm gonna be happy. But you know what? I like you're right. Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. I think they'd be a fun tag team to just watch carry the belts and wrestle in and out here, right? So yeah, okay. I'm still going with Ricky Starks and Hobbs. So we're both picking the champions to lose tonight.
Yes.
Whoever wins,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
I would like to see them actually getting names for some of these tag teams, though,
Yeah,
again. I mean, it feels like we're getting into the WWE situation of let's take two guys, put them together, and at least, Starks and Hobbs have a stable,
true. Very true.
right? It's I want to see more of these tag teams that are real tag teams getting these opportunities.
Very true.
Yep. Okay, we have two more championship matches. First one
Sweet.
is Thunder Rosa, the champion, taking on Serena Deeb for the AEW World Women's title.
Well, I'm just glad that Thunder Rosa's promos are going to stop because the match is going to be on. Um, it's going to be a very technical match because again, Serena Deeb is fantastic in the ring. She's going to try to hurt Thunder Rosa. Obviously, Thunder Rosa is going to be like super strong and getting out of these things. Who do I think is going to win versus who do I want to win? I mean, I want Serena Deeb to win. I think it's way too early right now to have Thunder Rosa lose her title. I wouldn't be surprised if after the match, Serena Deeb doesn't get attacked by Shida, right? So I mean, I am predicting that Thunder Rosa is going to win this match.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. I can't disagree with anything you said. I also want Serena Deeb to win this match, but she's not going to.
Yeah,
You know, I'm sure she'll get beaten down by Sheeta at the end.
maybe,
Or
maybe,
maybe,
or
maybe
maybe another
not.
free.
Maybe
Yeah,
she'll just lose.
yeah,
I think Thunder Rosa needs the win to sort of continue to cement her championship run, which has
yeah,
been lackluster at best right
yeah.
now. I mean, Jade Cargill gets more attention as like the secondary women's champion than
And
Thunder Rosa does as champion.
I think she wrestles more than Thunder
Oh,
Rosa
she
wrestles.
wrestles way
Yeah,
more, right?
so there you go.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, no, I think Thunder Rosa needs the win. She'll get the win. Um, it's gonna be a good match, but I don't see this being in the top three of the night either.
Cool, cool.
Okay, and that brings us to our main
Main
event.
event.
Hangman Adam Page versus CM Punk for the AEW World Championship.
I think this one is where we're gonna basically disagree on who's gonna win. I personally think just after the promo that Hangman cut the other night, I think there's no way Hangman's losing this belt. I think there's like Punk. There's like he's like him losing this one match is not going to hurt him at all, right? He's lost to MJF already, so I mean, it doesn't really hurt him. And he's Punk is helping push Hangman over the moon, and I give credit where credit is due. Hangman's helping himself as well. From what we've seen, like those matches building up to this, like I think Hangman has proven that he is a worthy champion now. Like I think he's gotten so much better. I'm actually cheering for him as well. Like not really his costumes and how he dresses in the ring, but like I mean, for the person that he is, defending the actual AEW title against CM Punk, the outsider, I was like, that is amazing. Like I'm like, wow. Like when you think about it from that perspective, you're like, okay, I'm on board. So I think tonight this is gonna be a great match. Could be contender for stealing the match of the match of the night. And I think it's gonna be Hangman and Adam Page.
Yeah, so I don't totally disagree with you. I think it's the wrong time to take the belt off Hangman.
Yep.
sadly, because I really want CM Punk to win. I want him to beat. I mean, for me, it's like he's like just a slight level below Kenny Omega for like my favorite wrestler. I've loved CM Punk for a long time. I'd love to see him with the belt here. I've been impressed with Hangman. I think CM Punk is doing a wonderful job helping to elevate him, like you said. I think this is going to be a really good match.
Yeah.
Like a really good match. So, it might even surprise us how good this match ends up being. Could it be top three? I think it could. Because I think the storytelling you might get in this match could elevate the match to another level.
Yeah.
And I
Fair.
love a match with a good story, and CM Punk is one of the best in the
Yeah.
world at telling a story in the ring. So I really think we're going to get a spectacular match. I'm excited for it. I kind of think Hangman's going to win it, but I really want CM Punk to win it, and I will be cheering hard for him to do so. I love the dynamic they set up, though, right?
Yeah.
Outside guys coming in, Hangman defending AEW. I like it. I like it. So I guess we will see what happens. So,
I like it that it's real. It's not
yeah.
fake. Like there's a lot of realism to this. So
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
AEW started off with a like I would always call it like it's like the indie wrestling
Hmm.
main event, right? And now you have all these guys who are main eventers from other companies coming in, taking the spots of we've said it of other guys that were kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
sucks that they had to leave.
Yeah,
So
you and I've
them,
complained about it.
yeah. So bringing in like this into like reality, I'm all in for it. And you're absolutely right. I don't think it's time for Hangman to lose his belt. And I think it's gonna be a good match or a great match, I should say.
So here's my question for you now. Given the news event we talked about at the
Mm.
beginning, given your hopes, right? There's two things that I want to ask you. The first is, where does Kenny Omega fit into this pay-per-view? And if you think he's showing up, where is he showing up?
I feel that potentially, if they want to close it out with a bang, um, I think that Hangman wins and gets attacked by someone from New Japan, someone challenging for the AEW championship. Now, is that Okada?
Okay.
I'm not mentioning names. Is that Okada? Is that someone else? Who
Okay.
knows? But then the beatdown happens. Like maybe it's more than one person that comes out and starts. Maybe they're beating down both Punk and Hangman at this point because I'm guessing at the end of this, Hangman's gonna win the belts. Like he's gonna win. Punk's gonna show him respect, shake his hand, and then they're both gonna just get destroyed by someone or a group of
Right.
people, and then Kenny's back. And you know what? I'm all in for that. But again, I don't know. I don't know. Like it kind of, as you said, like what would make sense? Like, are we bringing Kenny back as a good guy? Are we bringing him back as a bad guy? At this point with Forbidden Door, it's AEW versus New Japan, right? So
Right.
it doesn't really matter who's good versus bad
No.
here.
And he'd be the perfect flag carrier for
Ex-
AEW against his old company.
exactly. That
Yeah.
would be amazing. And I think this is the perfect time to start setting up those new. Yeah, they've already started it, right? They've already started it in
Mm-hmm.
on Dynamite.
Yep.
You need to start planting those seeds. Like there has to be build up because there's less than a month left. Well, there's a
Yeah.
month left, right? So you need to ensure that you have a month build. You have a month. You have 8 shows to build this right now. Let's be realistic. Not a lot of people are watching Rampage. So you have 4 shows to really build this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that they start doing this now because remember, nothing has been released for Forbidden Door, no matches, but it's sold out.
Right.
So AEW needs to start, AEW and New Japan, they need to start kind of like delivering a little bit on this for their fans. So I'm excited. We're gonna find out what happens. I'm fingers crossed, this can be an Omega level event, or this can just be a great event. There's no way it's gonna be below that. I just think it's on that tier of either great or Omega level, and I'm just
Right.
waiting to see.
Well, you answered both my questions because I was also going to ask you where do you think New Japan's showing up. So you answered them both at once. So you think it's all
Sweet.
happening at the end,
I
going
do.
to be part of the go off the air part. Okay, okay. I unfortunately don't think Kenny Omega's
Okay.
showing up tonight.
Fair enough.
I hope he does, but I don't think he is. I'm sorry. I would love to have him back, but I tend to think Meltzer's report. I mean, I agree with you. There could be some kayfabe involved in it, and I'm hoping that that is what it is. But I have a bad feeling
That is the truth.
that it's the truth.
Fair enough.
Um, so I'm not sure. Where does New Japan show up? I think you're right. I think the main event's a good spot. If I was going to go anywhere else, I mean, oh, running down this card real fast. Where else do I think that they'd show up? Maybe the Samoa Joe Adam Cole match. Um, House of Black Death Triangle. I mean, there's some good trios teams
Yeah,
in
New Japan.
New Japan. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think you're right. They have to show up somewhere. I think your scenario is probably a solid one. I could see, say, the rest of the elite coming out. Like, say, the Bullet Club shows up with Jay White, takes down Hangman, right?
Yeah,
I could see the elite coming out to save Hangman,
yeah.
right? And setting up a whole Jay White's Bullet Club
Versus
versus
the elite.
Adam Cole's Elite, even though Adam Cole and Jay White are supposed to be getting along. But yeah, I think it just helps progress the whole possible internal dissension in the Elite storyline too.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
yeah, we will see.
We will see.
So unless you have anything else,
Got nothing else. I'm ready for the show.
okay, let's go watch the show.
Perfect. We'll see you guys in a bit.
And we're back. That was Double or Nothing.
That was, in fact, Double or Nothing.
Long show. We are now looking at 1 o'clock in the morning here in Etobicoke, Ontario. So
Yes.
yeah, we got a lot to go through. So why don't we just get right to it?
Let's jump in.
Okay. So we have Double or Nothing. We opened the entire thing with the Acclaimed.
Which was hilarious.
It was.
Anytime the Acclaim is there, I'm happy to see them.
Yes, yeah, they came out with it with like I almost called them the ass
The
boys.
gun club.
They came out with the Gun Club. They did a little introduction, just introducing the pay-per-view. They did their little rap, and eventually they passed the mic off to Anthony Bowens, who was sitting in his wheelchair after his knee surgery. But of course, they referred to the Gun Club as the Ass Boys, and got some like, "What are you talking about?" looks from them. So
That
yeah,
was actually pretty
it
funny.
was it was funny. It was a good way to open the pay-per-view anyway.
Yep, agreed.
And then we moved on to the pre-show match, which was Hookhausen versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling.
Yeah, this match was exactly what I thought it was going to be. There was no doubt in my mind that Hookhausen was not going to win this match. They did. I think one thing is that we both said it watching this match that Hook is really good. It looks like his dad is training really kicked in, and you can see where he's young, he's fresh, but his wrestling is very good right now. So you know what? Did I enjoy this match? Not really. Was I happy it was ended in like 5 minutes? Yes. Overall, this is a match that deserved to be on the pre-show. What do you think?
Yeah, no, same. I mean, it was what it was, right? It
Yeah.
was kind of a warm-up match to just let the crowd know stuff. So, I mean, Hook's good. He's really good.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was more entertained by this match than I thought I was going to be. They
Fair.
wrestled it smartly. The right guys were in the ring at the right time doing the right stuff. You had Danhausen in there doing his little comedy stuff I don't find all that funny.
Yeah.
But, the crowd loved it. It worked for what it was. I didn't hate this. I was mildly entertained. I liked watching Hook. So better than I thought it was
They
going to be.
succeeded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they succeeded. So there we go. And then the pay-per-view itself opened,
That's right.
and we had the announcers out, and they opened
Hmm.
it with a commercial.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. The betting commercial. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I guess betting is the biggest
yeah,
thing. So we open with the commercial.
yeah. Strange way to open a pay-per-view, but then it went straight into MJF versus Wardlow.
Yeah, this match, if they want to make Wardlow into a bigger star, they succeeded in every way. It was nothing like really. It was just a squash match. Wardlow gave 10. I basically just wrote down Wardlow 10 power bombs, and the
Yep.
crowd absolutely loved it. Right, so they ate it up. I don't call this a match. It was just a quick like sports entertainment, let's call it that. But it did its job, and again, Wardlow is like the biggest baby face that AEW can have right now.
Yeah, yeah, and I was actually, again, I was more entertained by this match than I thought I was going to be. I didn't love it. It was what it was. It was more
Yeah,
sports entertainment than wrestling. He
yeah,
did exactly. It was all paint by numbers. MJF tries to cheat, tries to get around it, tries to run away, blah blah blah. Wardlow gives him 10 power bombs. Great.
yeah.
But I think what really got me was Wardlow's reaction at the end. he's standing at the top of the ramp, and you could just see the emotion on his face, the
Uh-huh.
tears in his eyes and stuff. And it was just, wow, like there's a real star who's very passionate about what's happened to him standing
Yeah.
there. And that I kind of felt a bit of a connection at that point, going, okay, cool, you guys have done that with him.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
So, there was a nice outcome to it. I had a warm fuzzy there at the
I
end of it.
swear they
So,
had a Wardlow is all elite like a couple of years ago, but you know
yeah,
what? I'm gonna look past it. Whatever. It
yeah,
is what it
exactly.
is.
I think you're right. I think you're right. But okay, whatever. So then we moved on to the first real wrestling match of the night, which was the Young Bucks versus the Hardys.
Versus the Hardys. And
Yep.
again, as I predicted, the Hardys were going to win this match. The Bucks had nothing to lose. The Bucks, as I said, I turned to you and I said, like halfway through the match, I'm like, this is a slower match for the Bucks, right? But it's
Mm-hmm.
obviously slower because unfortunately the Hardys are not spring chickens anymore, right? So I mean, like
Right.
they did what they could do. The Hardys, you know what? The Hardys, there were no botches. I wouldn't call anything that they did botch, right? That, like no communication errors. You can tell these
Yep.
guys, like the Hardys, have been wrestling for decades, and basically, the Bucks are the tag teams since like let's say the best tag teams since the 2000s probably, or even sorry the 2010s maybe, but
Yeah.
like. But just looking at this match, I had fun with this match. I thought it was great, and yeah, I did exactly what I thought it was going to do. It was going to push the Hardys, give the Hardys that one big win over the Bucks, because at this point the Bucks have nothing to lose here. Like the Hardys, you're trying to build them for the final push, and the Bucks have nothing to lose. So I think this was a fun match. It was good, and I think you know what at the end I think Jeff Hardy hit a better swanton that he's been doing recently. So I've got to give him credit for that. What do you
Yeah, it
think?
wasn't bad. No, I agree. It was a fun match.
Yeah.
The Bucks are hilarious,
Well, yes, of course.
amazing. Yeah, and the wrestling in this, the Bucks, they did a lot of their good stuff.
Yep.
It wasn't like what I'd call a top 10 Bucks match or anything
No,
like
no,
that.
no, 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 no.
But it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. There was like good comedy. There was like lots of good wrestling still,
Yep.
right? That super kick party they
Oh, that
had
was
on
funny. That
oh
was funny as
that
hell.
was great. And I mean even the way the Hardys won, the move combo they did
Yeah,
to set them up and finish them off. No, I was really impressed with it. This didn't reach, those top three. I said it might sneak in as one of those. It didn't do
it
that
didn't.
for me.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, so I mean, it was good. It was solid. It was certainly worth watching. Not, it was in the right spot on the show too.
Yeah.
Basically the first real opening wrestling match.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I agree.
yep. Then we went from that to another acclaimed and Gun Club in Vegas segment.
Where they were passed out, and Billy Gunn kind of walked into the room and kind of covered up Max Caster, and then Anthony Bowens had frozen with his scissor fingers out.
Yep.
But he was really, but he's upset about at the Gun Club. He wasn't upset about of the acclaim. So this is a very interesting route they're going through. But again, just I guess a setup, a kind of a quick commercial for Vegas, but also maybe a setup for things to come. But
Yeah.
again, acclaimed are hilarious. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and Dad's looking after the four kids.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah. And then we had Jade Cargill versus Anna Jay.
Yeah. As I said, this was a meh match. I knew it was going to be exactly what it was going to be. Nothing blew my mind. Nothing was like, oh wow, I can't believe this. Like Anna Jay still looks pretty green. So does Jay. I think so again, Jay Cargill wins. No big surprise there. I think the biggest thing I think was at the ending, obviously when Ember Moon slash what's her name again? Ember Moon's her real name. I can't remember what her real name is at the moment. Oh, Athena. That's
Yes,
what they called her, Athena.
the
Uh,
fallen
the
goddess.
final goddess. When she came out, I guess as Bill Point said, he's like, you know what? I'm excited to see her fight and actual wrestle. So you know what? It's good. They finally did a reveal for her. This is better for the women's division. And overall, the match wasn't great. It's probably one of the worst matches on the card tonight. So that's all I have to say. So what about
Yep.
you?
Yeah, oh no, I agree. One of the worst matches on the card. And you know what? It didn't suck. It just wasn't very good. I
Yeah.
mean, there was a bit of sloppiness in it here and there. They tried to make Anna Jay look competitive. I didn't bite on any of her near falls.
No.
And she almost looked like she messed up at least one of them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, don't forget Stokely. Stokely came out.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Who
Yes.
I had no idea who he was, and you had to look him up
Yeah,
and say, "Oh, he's a
I did.
manager
He
from
was
like
manager on NXT
NXT."
post Black and Yellow NXT.
Yeah,
So, Diamond Mine or whatever. It's
I don't
okay,
care.
great. We've signed this guy now to manage them because Smart Mark Sterling can't anymore. I mean, I
I
don't
yeah,
understand
I
what's
don't
going
know. I
on.
don't know.
But then again, nope, like you said, best part of it was Athena showing up.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing her in the ring here in AEW. So yeah. Then we move on to House of Black versus Death Triangle.
So, match of the night, obviously, like I called this before, this was going to be the match of the night. This is what happens. It's funny because you look at the previous match where you have two pretty green wrestlers. And for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, green, like pretty like new, not well trained. Not I shouldn't say not well trained, but they haven't put in the work yet, right? They haven't been wrestling for like tens and tens of years, but you have six guys who've basically gone through it, right? You can see it from the start. Like the combos, the reversals, the near falls, everything about this match was perfect. Even there were some, even the botches. There may have been a couple botches that I saw, but they recovered from it and they
Right.
played with it. They worked with it. That it almost seemed like, wait, was that a botch or wasn't it a botch? And you had to question it.
Yeah.
And you called it, Bill. I must admit, you called it. I said I was so negative about like, what are they really doing about this storyline with Julia Hart? They haven't done nothing. And no, well, I think it's you got be patient, be patient. And what happens? Julia Hart shows up, screws over the Death Triangle, and the House of Black wins. They walk out victorious, and I was like, perfect. They now have the fourth member of the House of Black. It's just fantastic. Like great match, great storytelling, great everything. This was the match of the night by far.
Yes, I have to agree with you for all the same reasons. Great storytelling. I just, the match itself was so good. They kept matching up the guys at the
Yep.
beginning, one against the other, and it was, every person got to show off their talents, show off their skills. It was like so there was so much going on sometimes that it was
Yeah.
hard to follow. And man, it was just, I mean, hey, look, I have to do the shout out to Brody King and the Boss Man Slam.
Yeah,
He
that's
needs
pretty.
to keep doing the Boss Man Slam. I love the Boss Man Slam. Yeah, no, it's the only thing that for me didn't make this like an absolutely awesome, perfect match was Brody King missing that jump out, and he like landed on the apron kind of
Yeah,
when he tried to
he
somersault over
that's
the rope.
that's what I was talking
Yeah,
about, the botch that they kind of
yeah,
helped try to not call it a botch.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But Julia Hart, every stable needs a woman in the stable too
That's
if you're going to make it a
true.
legit stable. And they've
Very
been
true.
working this story for a long time. She showed up at exactly the right time to
Yep.
give the House of Black their victory over their most hated nemesis right now. So,
Long-term storytelling, they've done it.
you got it. No, this was phenomenal.
Yeah,
So much action, so fast paced, great moves from everybody. I mean, what did you expect with these six guys in the
agreed.
ring? So yeah, this is my match of the night as well. There were some really good moments in other matches, but this one,
Not
match
top
of the
match of the
night.
night. Agreed.
Yeah, exactly. And so we move on to Adam Cole and Samoa Joe.
So I like this match a lot more than I thought it was going to be. I was a bit negative at the beginning about this match. I mean, it's going to be by the numbers, but you're right. Like pointed out, like this is strong. You could tell both these guys are from or have wrestled in New Japan. The strong style wrestling that they were doing, like they were just killing each other, like just attacking and the shots and everything. Adam Cole going after the arm, so Samoa Joe couldn't do his muscle buster and stuff like that. I was still shocked at the ending, even though I said, Adam Cole's gonna win this, and I've told you, I'm like, hey Bill, look, he's wearing pink, he's honoring Owen Hart, he's definitely gonna win. And he won. And you know what? I enjoyed this match. Was it the best match of the night? No, but it was a great match, and I thought that it earned the respect of him winning the Owen Hart championship.
Yep. No, absolutely. And again, they killed each other, they hit each other. I mean, Samoa Joe is just so vicious in
Yeah,
the ring. He makes everything look so good. And as was shown, he also knows how to sell because he
yeah,
sold that arm like a champ, right?
yep,
And these guys are a couple of like, good vets going at it, and they put on a hell of a match. I really enjoyed this match a lot. Not match of the night level, but I thought it was a terrific
great
match. I
match.
I love like I said to you during the match, if I got to watch a big guy like that who can go, I mean, Samoa Joe is the best of the best in that category to me.
Yeah,
He's just so precise, so fluid, agile as heck for a guy his size. But
Yep.
yeah, and then we had the mystery of the vanishing table, where they had, like, when they came out,
The
they had the
belt.
cup and the belt set up on it. Table was right there. The end of the match, Adam Cole's going up the ramp. The table's
Table's
gone.
gone.
So yeah, it was kind of interesting. But then we got the follow-up match, the second match for the Owen Hart Cup, Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker.
Yep, and I said Britt was gonna win, and I think I pointed out to you at the end. I was like, before that we even went on, with the show went on the air, and I said, imagine if Britt and Adam win the Owen Hart Championship, boyfriend and girlfriend winning the Owen Hart Championship, that would be awesome.
Yep.
And guess what happened? Britt walks down in her pink outfit as well. She fights off Ruby. Ruby, who, you know what, I must give credit because I watched these two wrestle now, and again, comparing this to like the Jade versus Anna match, you're like, wow, you can tell these guys have been doing it. These girls have been doing it for such a long time, because even if I thought that the end was kind of blah, it was anticlimactic. Like the way that they ended the match, I was like, why did you just finish it on the mat? Like when she was about to do her submission move, but no, you had to do this weird kind of roll up, unroll up kind of thing, and I was like, this didn't make any sense to me. But anyways, I did like the ending of the match, but overall, I thought the match was way better than the Jade Cargill match, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I thought that Britt and Adam deserved the championships.
Right. And I mean, this one even started off well because you had Britt Baker played to the ring by Rich Ward,
Oh
who
my
we
God,
both like.
yes.
He's just playing the power chords. That's great. He followed her all the way down to the ring playing the power chords that are part of her song. And then Ruby Soho was actually played to the ring by Rancid,
I
who,
ran it,
who
yeah.
came out and played her song live, which was pretty cool. And so, again, these two had a great match. I was really into this match for the
Mhm.
vast majority of it, right? Ruby sold the ribs well through the
Yes.
match. There was that good story of Britt working over her ribs, being really cocky. Ruby is like the fighting from under, scrappy, challenger to her, and really trying to win this. The heart that was in it, and then Ruby in that call out to Owen Hart applies the
Oh my
sharpshooter
God, yes. I forgot.
to
How did I forget
Britt,
this?
one of the worst sharpshooters. I wasn't even a sharpshooter. She was just kind of like sitting on her with a leg wrap or
Yeah.
something. She didn't have the other leg done
No.
properly. It was terrible. I mean, they went from having this really, what I was like, could this possibly steal match of the night if they keep going this way, or at least top three? And then the sharpshooter, and then into that finish where it was like on her shoulders, tries to roll down off of them. I didn't understand why she put her on the shoulders, like you were saying. It was a confusing mess.
Didn't make
What,
sense.
it didn't make any sense. It was just this weird roll up
Yeah.
sequence that ends with Britt winning.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. You guys were doing really, really well right up to there.
Yeah. It made no sense.
Yeah, amazing match with a screwy finish, but the two right people won. I think you're right. I mean, I had predicted Ruby Soho would win, but she didn't.
Yep.
And once I saw Britt up there with Adam
Adam.
Cole,
Yeah.
they brought the table back out, so they both got their belts. Dr. Martha Hart presented them and gave a fairly long speech about how great all of this was.
Yeah.
I had a feeling at that point the basketball game must be going long, so they're like, Martha, go nuts. Yeah, so they had you. Do you have anything to say about the presentation?
No. I thought no, they did the right thing. They gave her just, you go out there, you say whatever you have to say, you take your time, right?
Yep.
As she said, she's so happy that we're honoring Owen Hart. And yeah, I think the only thing that would have pushed it over for me, and I just thought about this, and this is nothing to take away from Owen Hart, is if Brett was there with her, and that's the only thing. Now I don't know
Yeah.
what the relationship is, what's going on right now, and I'm not going to speak on that, but like that's the only thing. But regardless, I think Adam Cole and Britt, like there's no other people I would have considered for representing that. So I thought it was fine. I thought it was great.
Yep. And I can't wait for their promos Wednesday.
Yep.
Yep. Then we went on to the Men of the Year and Paige Vanzant
Yeah.
versus Kazarian, Samuel Guevara, and Ty Conti.
Yeah. So first of all, a stipulation that I never knew was added to this match: the fact that if Men of the Year win, that Kazarian and Sammy couldn't ever challenge for the championship again. What
I
is
think
that?
as long as Scorpio Sky
Yeah?
holds the
Is
belt.
that the Cody? Is that the Cody contract? Is that what it is?
Yep, except without permanent. I think it's
Yeah,
only as
such
long
a
as
it's so
Scorpio
weird,
Sky
so
holds it.
weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I thought about this match, I thought that as much as I hate Ty and Sammy, like they play the perfect heel relationship duo. Like they're so over the top. Everyone hates them. They play it up. And I like this because the men of the year, Scorpio and Ethan Page, got to like highlight how good wrestlers they actually are. Like some of those combinations they were doing, amazing. The only downfall, and I hate to bring it up, is the fact that Paige Vanzant, you can tell, very green. Like this is her first ever wrestling match, so I got to cut her some slack for that. I mean, it's not her fault. It's being done at a pay-per-view, right? But for what she did, I mean, it was okay. There was one move where which Ty tried to do, and I don't know who messed it up, and basically Paige landed on Ty's leg. But overall, I mean, at the end, it was the man of the year winning. Finally, Ethan Page gets to put a win under his belt. And yeah, I thought it was a good match. I thought no one suffers in this, but yeah, I just thought this was a great match. How about you?
Yeah, oh no, it was quite good. The crowd was behind the men of the year
Yeah,
for the most part. Yeah, you were right about Paige Van Zandt. I mean, look, it was her first match.
yeah,
She got the basic moves off pretty
yeah.
decently though. For
Yes, she
someone
did.
who is as green as she was, she did okay.
Yeah,
Um, so she was fine. It was when she was in the ring, it was kind of the worst parts of the match. But,
yep,
what do
agreed.
you expect when the other people are people like Samuel Guevara and Ethan
Ethan
Page
Page,
and
agreed.
Scorpio Sky, right? And
Yep.
Kazarian. I liked the interplay between Kazarian and Samuel Guevara and Ty Conti. I thought it was great. There was just so much dissension between them. Kazarian eventually deserts them, but then comes back in and tries to get the win anyway. And so it was a good match. I
Yeah,
was entertained. It was better than I actually thought it might have been.
yep.
Um, so yeah, it was decent, and I do like the fact that now Scorpio Sky can move on to other challengers, and we can leave this whole
Yeah.
feud behind.
Other challengers like Dante Martin.
Dante Martin, yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Yes, we found that out later in the show. There was a little promo segment with Scorpio and Ethan, and who should walk in to challenge Scorpio Sky but Dante Martin.
that's going to be an
So
awesome match. So I can't wait for
it
that match.
is. Yep, yep, that's going to be great. Can't wait myself. Speaking of awesome matches, next up we had Darby Allin versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, this one kind of shocked me. Even though I predicted I think I want to say I predicted the winner, but I have to go back and listen to the beginning of the podcast because I said I wanted Kyle to win, but I think Darby was gonna win. I said or something like that, vice versa.
Yep.
But I wanted Kyle to win. Kyle won.
Yep.
Kyle gave a vicious knee, but I don't know if it was vicious or Darby just not knowing where to put his head when he was doing the first counter. So yeah, Darby got busted up really quickly. It's like spitting up blood, busted up, then trips over. I don't know. They never showed it again, but it looked like he tripped in the ring trying to do like a suicide dive, and he kind of like it's a good thing Kyle is a great wrestler because he reacted to like the leg hitting him
Yep.
instead of Darby hitting him. And when you see them going to the other at the other side of the ring and they did it again, you could tell this is what they were supposed to do the first time, right? So Kyle was
Yeah.
just like kind of catch him, and as normal, Darby Allin is just nuts. Like I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Like he has a death wish or whatever it is. But Darby, please just stop. Just stop.
Yep.
Just have a normal match for once.
Yeah.
But it was fast paced. It's just now I understand. Like Kyle O'Reilly is such a great wrestler, and I never knew it until now. And I'm just happy that he signed for 5 years. Like that means 5 years of great wrestling. So I thought this match was fantastic.
Oh
What
yeah.
about you?
Oh yeah, to me it was the Kyle O'Reilly show. I mean, we know
Yeah.
what Darby can do, and Darby did some of his stuff in this match, but man,
Yep.
the star of this match was Kyle
It's Kyle.
O'Reilly. I
Yep.
mean, just from that opening knee that set the tone, the hard striking both of them engaged in, just back and forth and
Yeah.
back and forth with the hard hits, right? These guys weren't taking any crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then some of the moves I loved when they redid the rope segment and he caught him in the
Yep.
like took him down for the submit. That was so good, so good. Um, just so many good moves, so many good holds, so many good submissions. It was Kyle O'Reilly taking apart Darby Allin, and I think the right guy won.
Yep.
It was impressive.
Yep.
So I
Agreed.
really enjoyed this match a lot. It came very close to being my match of the night.
Ooh.
Right. It would be in terms of just sheer wrestling, my second favorite match of the
Oh,
night
okay.
after the
Okay.
House of Black
This
match. I
this
loved
one
the wrestling in it.
this match would have hit top four for me. It would have been number four
Oh,
on
okay,
my list for the
gotcha.
night.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, for me, really good match. My number
Agreed.
two. But you know how much I love the
Yeah, yeah,
style
yeah,
Kyle
yeah.
O'Reilly wrestles. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then we went on to the women's championship match.
Yeah.
Thunder Rosa versus Serena Deeb.
Yeah. I think this is exactly what you said about Kyle O'Reilly. Even though Deeb didn't win this match, this was literally Serena Deeb's match. Like as you pointed out, maybe she should call herself the woman of 1,001 holds, right?
Yes.
Because she knows everything. I think this match proved that Serena Deeb is the best women's technical wrestler there is today. There's no doubt in my mind that there's anyone better than her. Yes, the one botch where she tried to do that little cloverleaf that looked kind of stupid,
Oh yeah.
but like yeah, by far I thought like this was Serena Deeb's match. Thunder Rosa won. You know what? Yeah, you can't take title off her right now. Like she's so big and she just literally won it. Overall, I thought it was a good match. Did I think it could be better? Yes, I thought it could be a little bit better. But again, this was just Dee just showing exactly what she has, and when she needs to be the big bad in AEW, like she needs a belt. Like take it away from Cargill, whomever you want to take it away from, but like she needs a belt, and she needs to go through and destroy people like Bret Hart. That's all she needs to do, right? So I thought this match was good. How about you?
Yeah, no, oh man, it was excellent. I mean, the first word I wrote down, clinic. That back and forth at the beginning, the holds, the
Yeah,
counter holds, they both hurt each other's knees and stuff. It was so good,
yep,
right? It was just, again, I was going, man, this could
could
contend
go
for my
either way.
match of the night
Yeah.
too. I
Okay.
mean, it was
Okay.
just
Fair.
so well wrestled, right? Well, I love the style. I love the way Serena Deeb wrestles.
Same.
And Thunder Rosa, this highlighted her. She's had some kind of matches recently, but working with Serena Deeb, she actually got to shine a little more in this match.
Yeah.
I thought I mean, she wrestled that very the counter style to Serena Deeb. She was a lot more fast paced, moving
Yep.
around more. Trying to get faster stuff
Yeah.
on Serena Deeb, who's going to take her down and methodically destroy her.
Agreed.
Um, so yeah, I thought it was really good, and then the clover leaf happened, and
Yeah. And I guess, I mean, I get it. They, as we know, as we can tell, they had a lot of issues with submission holes on this pay-per-view. But overall, like I thought about that Cloverleaf. I'm like, yeah, I could take some points off for it. But overall, like I just seeing what Deeb does, it just reminded me so much of Bret Hart. And as I thought about that, I'm
yes.
like, man, why didn't she win the Bret Hart or the Owen Hart championship? But you know what? I get it. It makes more sense now with Britt. But man, Serena Deeb, I hope you win it next year.
Oh yeah, no, she's phenomenal. She's absolutely phenomenal. And the comparison to Bret Hart, that's legit. I mean,
Yeah,
everything she does looks so good.
good. Exactly.
Well, except for that clover leaf. But
Yeah.
anyway, moving on. We then go to Anarchy in the Arena. So we
Sports
have the
entertainment.
sports entertainment versus professional wrestling. Jericho Appreciation Society versus the two members of the Blackpool Combat Club and Eddie Kingston and Santana and
Satana
Ortiz.
Ortiz. Yeah, exactly what we thought it was going to be. Just craziness all over the place, right? Obviously, not as good as the first ever, Stadium Stampede, but it was funny because we're watching the match and we're like, why are they playing the Wild Thing song over and over
Oh,
again? Until the point where Jericho actually goes to the sound booth and destroys it. That's actually pretty funny. But
yeah,
yeah,
that
this
was
this
great.
this was literally anarchy because we didn't know what the heck was going on until like maybe halfway through the match, right?
Yeah.
When things kind of started settling down, they started getting the groups together and beating each other up and blah 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 blah. I thought the right call was made. Like I didn't call for the ending where they took Brian Danielson out like that. I thought it was going to be like Eddie Kingston or someone else who was going to get pinned,
Yes.
but they put Danielson in that dual kind of like not cloverleaf, but the one-legged crab, and the actual what is he's getting choked out by what's his face JK right
Yeah,
um
with the ring rope.
with the ring rope, and they tapped him out. But yeah, overall, just a I hate calling this a match because it wasn't really a match. It's these guys fighting the sports entertainers one, which I was happy about. I mean, it wasn't my favorite match of the night. It was kind of like, okay, let's just have some fun right now. They're just having some fun, and it did what it had to do. I'm very curious what's going to happen out of the Eddie Kingston trying to light everyone on fire, and Brian Danielson like almost wanting to kill him, kind of thing. So I'm very curious what's gonna come out of that. But overall, the right team won.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was, and they came out throw to their outfits. They came out looking like, Backstreet Boys or New Kids on
Because
the
of the
Block.
block,
It
yep.
it was pretty great. Um, yeah, no, they came out, and I was happy that the Blackpool Combat Club and Eddie Kingston and his bunch all came out at the same time.
Yeah, agreed.
To Wild Thing, which, like we said, was played over and over and over and over and over and over again, it felt
Again,
like, until Jericho smashed it. So yeah, no, it was a lot of blood, a lot of high spots. Santana and Ortiz with those like double splashes off the ladder through the tables.
yeah,
Eddie Kingston running it with the gasoline and dousing them like you referenced. Yeah, there was a lot of John Moxley falling into that barbed wire
yeah.
table
That
that
was that
didn't
was not
break and slid. I mean,
that
that
was
was
not
the
good.
end of him for the night. No, he legit looked like he was stuck in it.
He was stuck. He was
Um,
stuck.
yeah, and yeah, no, there was a lot of. It was chaotic. It
Yep.
was insane. It was chaotic. It was a nice break from the two solid wrestling matches we got, right, before we got into more wrestling. So,
Yep.
I mean, it had its place on the card. The right people won,
Did its thing.
and yep, did its thing. Then we had the segment with Almas,
Oh yeah. Yeah, you keep calling him Almas. You mean Andrade?
Andrade
Yeah.
Cien Almas.
Yeah.
Yes, I
When
know.
Andrade, yeah, it was where he said the Andrade family office, whatever they're calling it. He's like, they keep losing, and he doesn't like that. He didn't sign up for this, so he's hired someone else, a new partner. And this guy came in. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And they said, oh my god, it's this guy. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
Roche.
Roche, and apparently it was
Roche,
a big
yes.
pop. No, not for me.
No, I
Next.
mean, he's another guy they've decided to sign off of. I think he's been on TNA, NWA, he's been around. Okay, great. They've
Yeah,
signed another guy. I don't care.
yeah,
We
exactly.
have enough people already. If you're gonna bring in a name to work with him, it should be someone that we're all like, oh
Oh
my
my god.
God, not, oh, this guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
agreed.
We've had a lot of, oh, this guy recently.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, then we move on to the AEW Tag Team Championships. We've got Swerve in Our Glory versus Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Jurassic Express.
So I was wrong in my prediction about this match. Who was going to win? I kind of went with Hobbs and Stark. So I always want to say Hobbs and Shaw, but Hobbs and Stark. And at the beginning of the match, they show these two people on screen. I'm like, hey, look, it's Jungle Boy's mom, and she's in the crowd, and we joked about it for a second, and then it turned out to be Jungle Boy's mom
It
in the
was
crowd,
Jungle Boy's mom.
and
Yeah.
and I said, oh, does this mean Jungle Boy is gonna win the match today? And we're like, oh no, our predictions are gonna be wrong,
Yep.
and they were wrong. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus retained the titles. Fantastic match. This match is actually my second favorite match of the night. I love this match. I thought the big guys did their roles.
Mm-hmm.
Swerve in their glory, or our glory, whatever they want to call themselves. You're right. I take it back. You're right. They need the tag team championships on their shoulders. They're such a good tag team. Their moves together, like the tag combinations, are amazing. I was like, wow, these guys are really good. And
Yep.
you legit have like a big guy and like a little fly flyer guy, right? But the little high flyer guy is still pretty big himself. So I love this match. I thought it was fantastic. I love the all the reversals. There were certain points in this match where I was like, who's the legal person exactly? I got so confused, but
Yeah.
still, I didn't want to take away points for that. Like I just thought it was a fantastic match.
Yep. Yeah, it's my number three match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was really I mean, those near falls at the end, I bit on almost every one of them. I'm like, oh, they are giving the championship to
Yeah.
Hobbs and Stark.
Yeah.
No, no, they're not.
Nope.
Oh no, oh, Swerve and Keith Lee, they hit their finishing move. Oh
Yep.
wow, it's over for sure. Nope, it's not over, right?
Yep.
It was, and I bit, you bit, the crowd bit. You
Everyone
and I
did.
were both like, holy crap.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then yeah, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus retained the belts.
Yeah.
So but the one thing that I got out of this is, and I was hard on Swerve Strickland when he came in. I'm like, I don't care. I would cut the guy.
Yeah.
I was hard on Keith Lee. I'm like, I know
Yep.
he's decent in the ring, but I don't care. You know what? They've won me over.
They're awesome. They're awesome.
These
They're
guys are
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, give me more of them on my screen
Uh-huh.
now. You know,
Agreed.
they're good. I will swerve in their glory.
Yeah, they're
So
awesome.
yeah, no, they are awesome. And yeah, I think it's intriguing that Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus keep the belts now.
Same,
Because
same. I'm very curious why that happened.
yeah, where do we go now,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, there's a lot that can happen now on Dynamite Wednesday.
Yep.
So, but something we know is going to happen on Dynamite Wednesday is the person who wins the next match will probably be saying something because we
Yes.
have CM Punk, CM Punk versus Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah, I said Hangman was going to win this match. I said there was no way Hangman wasn't going to win this match because he was defending AEW against the outsiders, literally coming in. This was the biggest shocker of the night for me. I didn't expect CM Punk to win this match. I did not. I didn't have in my card at all, but he won. And I'm still kind of shocked. The match itself was great match. Like, I mean, great storytelling. Hangman again is crazy. I love how he sold that knee, that he had messed up his knee when he did the backflip. I'm Hangman, what are you doing? Don't do this. Don't do it. And he does the backflip. And I've seen him do the backflip. And he always lands on his legs, and he purposely kind of put it out a little bit to
Yeah,
see, to make it seem like he hurt himself. And I'm like, you know what? You're a good wrestler. You can sell things well. CM Punk the same way. They're both trying to do each other's moves. They're both kind of botching each other's moves, to the point where Hangman got the GTS and Punk kicked out. Right? I was like, oh
yeah,
my goodness. At one point, I was like, oh my god, are they gonna go right down to the end? Like, Hangman will always be the good guy till the end. He picks up the belt. He's about to hit him, and he's looking around, and then he just stops and he drops the belt and then goes back to do his finisher, and that's where he gets caught by Punk, and Punk finishes him off. And I'm like, regardless what happens, Hangman's going out as the good world champion, right? He
yep,
was never the bad world champion. He was the good. And I think that's what that I thought it was a great storytelling. Doesn't hurt Hangman in any way. It actually builds him up more now. Like, you want to see the rematch.
yep.
And CM Punk is now the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So, Bill, I know you're happy about this one.
Summer of Punk 2022 starts now. Excuse me, who did I say was going to win this match?
You said CM Punk was in this match.
That's correct. And who won the match?
CM Punk won this match.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure that we were clear that CM Punk won this match. This is going to be awesome. CM Punk with the belt is amazing. He looked extremely emotional at the end. The match itself was great. They were just
Yeah,
killing
they were
each
killing each
other at the
other.
start of this match. They were smacking the hell out of each other. They weren't holding anything back.
No,
This was a really solid, really good wrestling match with solid storytelling. And although I wanted CM Punk to win, I was still surprised that he
he
won.
won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it was a tough one to call, right? So I am really looking forward to what CM Punk has to say Wednesday. I want to see where they go with this. The story is wide open now.
yeah,
We're moving forward now into Forbidden Door.
we are.
Where do all of these threads that we wove
It's
tonight
going
take
to be
us?
interesting. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. So we've already given our matches of the night.
We have.
Yep, we both agreed. House of Black versus Death Triangle.
Mhm.
So solid pay-per-view.
Solid pay per view. Agreed.
I wouldn't call it their
Not.
best of
Yeah, saying notwithstanding, the fact that Kenny wasn't there, so that I was very
yes,
disappointed with that.
that's very true. You did call that Kenny would be there, but I don't think
Yes,
he lies to Meltzer, and I don't think Meltzer
true.
lies. So yes. So we're at the end. What's your one phrase that you would sum up tonight with?
My one phrase to sum up tonight's pay per view. You know what? It's gonna have to be swerve in our glory, because you were right. I take it back what I said. Like that, I wasn't too impressed with Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, but I saw it. I saw it tonight. These two are champions, and I can't wait till they steal those belts.
Nice one. Mine, my phrase of the night is, please don't let anyone except CM Punk use the sharpshooter anymore.
The
That's it.
only the only submission move that was used properly today.
And even JR called it out,
Yeah.
properly applied.
Yes.
But with that, it's late. It's been a long night. As the great one says, good night, goodbye, bang.
Good night, everyone.